It's time to get your news on. We are VK1WIA.
Certainly is the national news from the WIA for week commencing June 16, 2024. And this week, WIA Director Peter Clee, VK8ZZ and membership fees, Editor-in-Chief of Amateur Radio Magazine Roger Harrison, he'll be looking for island inhabitants. And on the 29th of July 1942, Japanese aircraft dropped bombs just a mile south of Townsville in a suburb known as Ununba, thought to be an Aboriginal name meaning swampy water. Now, Ray Schenkel, calling VK1WIA and his team, will be activating a station in remembrance of that attack. Stay tuned for Felix as he brings Ray into his shack. But first, it's to Roger, VK2ZRH.
Have you ever lived on an island and used the amateur bands while you were there? By lived, I don't mean for a week or a fortnight's holiday. You were on the island for another purpose, and amateur radio activity was incidental to that. Perhaps you were employed on the island, which necessitated that you live there. Or perhaps you lived on an island while conducting research. I'd like to hear your stories about it, and so would the good readers of Amateur Radio Magazine, I'll bet. Your island could be anywhere in the world, not necessarily an Australian territory or protectorate. And yes, if you lived and played amateur radio on a river island within Australia, let's hear your story too. Your period of island habitation need not have been recent either. However, this is not to be about the expeditions. That's a whole other category. Many of you will probably remember our special Antarctic edition, issue 5, back in 2021. Well, I'm planning an island edition. Tell us all your personal story, just as did the contributors back in issue 5 in 2021. If you want to contribute, in the first instance, email me at editor@wia.org.au and I'll let you know how to best prepare and send your article, plus photos. It's easy to write for amateur radio. Many amateurs have already done so. Few contributors are or were professional writers. Most of you can write about a familiar subject or an experience. Just tell the story. Start with in the beginning, add the interesting bits in the middle, and end on a high note. Our job is to polish it and make you look good. Get to it. I'm Roger Harrison, VK2ZRH, for VK1WIA News.
Good morning all, this is WIA Director Peter Clee, VK8ZZ. I'm often asked what members get for their membership fees. Well, the WIA is the peak body for amateur radio in Australia. We hold the same peak status and national position as the Radio Society of Great Britain, the American Radio Relay League, or the New Zealand Association of Radio Transmitters. The WIA is recognised internationally as such. So, amongst other things, we, as members, get representation both domestically and internationally for our beloved hobby. Last year, we sent 2 people as part of the Australian delegation to WRC 23. This was done at great expense to the Institute. Is it worthwhile? Well, it is if we wish to retain our significant band space that we as amateurs enjoy. Radio frequencies are like real estate. They are a valuable commodity and can be bought and sold. A recent example of this is last year when amateurs lost 300 megahertz in the 9 centimetre band, when the regulatory authority sold off a portion of the band, raising around $750,000. There is an ongoing threat to our 23 centimetre band, which I am sure will be vigorously debated at the next WRC to be held in 2027. Member subscriptions help this representation, and members should be very proud of that. This has been Peter Clee, VK8ZZ, from sunny and warm Darwin.
WIA National News and WIA affiliated club presidents were invited recently to participate in an open discussion. On the WIA Facebook page, it's been reported, and I quote, some good ideas flowing. Now, a number of club presidents did not get the advisory email, nor we as the WIA's news service. Otherwise, we could have reminded all of the time, the dates, etc., and what was in store. Now, a comment in that particular Facebook post coming from the WIA goes on to apologise, saying, "Clearly, we didn't give enough notice or capture every secretary and president. The WIA apologised for the missed opportunity. The session was recorded, and we are quite okay with it being viewed unedited. So if you want that, contact VK1WIA at wia.org.au. Say that again, VK1WIA at wia.org.au.
We are VK1WIA. Now, international news with VK2LAW Jason.
Hello. ARRL system service disruption. ARRL are aware that certain members believe they should be openly communicating everything associated with this incident. ARRL are working with industry experts, including cybercrime attorneys and the authorities, who have directed them to be conservative and cautious with communications while restoring the network. On or around May 12, 2024, ARRL was victim of a sophisticated network attack by a malicious international cyber group. ARRL immediately involved the FBI and engaged with third-party experts to investigate. This serious incident was extensive and categorised by the FBI as unique, compromising network devices, servers, cloud-based systems and PCs. ARRL management quickly established an incident response team. This has led to an extensive effort to contain and remediate the networks, restore servers, and staff are beginning the testing of applications and interfaces to ensure proper operation. ARRL have thanked members for their patience and understanding as staff continue to work through this with an outstanding team of experts to restore full functionality to their systems and services. And also, please take note, they say, all logbook and DXCC awards data is secure and safe. Follow ARRL's main website URL for further updates at arrl.org/news/ARRL system service disruption. Although nothing to suggest another radio-related site was hacked by the same cyber group, the Society of Broadcast Engineers website is now back up and running. An SBE spokesperson said the malware attack removed all content pages from their website. The SBE confirms there was no ransomware and that no SBE member data was compromised. Changes to 4-year planning rule in England. In England, any antenna installations which had been installed and unchanged for 4 years or more were protected against planning enforcement action. However, as of the 25th of April 2024, this rule ceased to exist in its current form in England. The rule has been replaced by a more stringent 10-year period for the exemption from enforcement for residential dwellings. Any installation that was substantially completed prior to the introduction of the Act will still be subject to the 4-year rule, meaning that for most radio amateurs, the 10-year rule will not apply until 2028. ARDC, that's Amateur Radio Digital Communications, has announced Ashar Farhan, Victor Uniform 2 Echo Sierra Echo, has joined their board of directors. Licensed initially at the age of 15 and fascinated with electronics as a child, Ashar became interested in amateur radio after being hooked, following a local club coming to his school to perform a ham radio demonstration. His technical contributions to amateur radio have earned him inductions into both the QRP Amateur Radio Club International Hall of Fame in 2016 and the CQ Ham Radio Hall of Fame in 2018. Throughout his career, the VU2ESC has worked in the fields of internet telephony, free software and voice codecs. An entrepreneur, not only has Farhan founded HF Signals, he's also co-founded Lamakan, a cultural centre in Hyderabad, as well as Exceed Space, now Satellize, which specialises in building satellites. To date, they've launched 2 amateur radio carrying satellites into space. In addition to founding these companies, he is an angel investor in various technology startups. Amateur Radio Digital Communications' mission is to support, promote and enhance digital communication and broader communication science and technology to promote amateur radio, scientific research, experimentation, education, development, open access and innovation in information and communication technology. Who listens to radio? Who listens to podcasts? Podtrac, an audience measuring company, says iHeart has again topped global rankings in May. Of course, iHeartRadio is available on our DAB Plus platform here in Australia. iHeart Podcasts had 177.2 million streams and downloads alone during May, with a unique audience in the US of 31.2 million. iHeart Audience Network, which includes the 910 iHeart produced and distributed shows, as well as more than 24,000 others, had subtotal downloads and streams approaching 374 million, with a unique US audience of 69.1 million. For VK1WIA National News, in Sydney, I'm Jason, VK2LAW.
From here, there and everywhere, you've tuned to the Wireless Institute of Australia's National News Service. We are VK1WIA. Now, operational news with Felix, VK4FUQ.
Hello there. Now, Contest-wise 2024. Harry Angel results are in. Kevin VK4UH and Glenn VK4GMI are the managers for the Harry Angel Memorial 80-metre sprint, and Kevin joins us now.
The Harry Angel is an annual 80-metre contest event first established in 1999 to commemorate the life of Harry Angel, VK4HA, who at the time of his becoming a silent key at the age of 106 was the oldest licensed amateur in Australia. The contest has 3 sections, phone, CW and mixed, and certificates are awarded to the 3 top-scoring entries in each section. And place winners are also eligible to claim points towards the WIA Peter Brown Contest Champion Trophy. This year, 33 logs were received, which represents a significant increase in participation over the previous year. And today I'm delighted to announce the winners for the 2024 contest. In the phone section, first place with a score of 55 points was awarded to VK5 Papa Alpha Sierra, second place to VK2 Mike Tango, and third place to VK2 Kilo Quebec Bravo. In the CW section, the first place with a score of 26 points was awarded to VK5 Lima Juliet, second place to VK7 Kilo Papa Charlie, and the third place to VK1 Charlie Tango. In the mixed section, first place with a score of 69 points was awarded to VK4 Mexico, second place to Victor Juliet 5 Whiskey, and third place to Victor Lima 5 Lima. Now, the full breakdown of all the scores and entries is available in the text version of this news item and on the contest section of the main WIA contest website. The date for next year's sprint has been announced for Saturday, May the 3rd, 2025. On behalf of Glenn and I as managers, the Redcliffe and District Radio Club and the WIA as sponsors, I'd like to thank everyone who participated in the Harry Angel this year and offer our congratulations to the placeholders. This is Kevin, VK4UH in Brisbane, contest manager for the Harry Angel Memorial 80-metre sprint.
This weekend, JARL's All Asia CW, Saturday 15 June 0000 hours till Monday 17 June 0000 hours. Next weekend, WIA Winter VHF UHF Field Day, 0100 hours UTC Saturday 22 June through 0059 hours UTC Sunday 23 June. In VK6 it's 0300 hours to 0359 in VK6. IA UHF World Championship July 13-14. Starts 0 hours UTC Saturday, ends 23:59 hours UTC Sunday. Trans-Tasman Low Band Contest, July 21st. Only contest bands 160, 80 and 40 are allowed with SSB, CW and digital modes. That is RIDI or PSK. This contest is another official WIA contest and will count towards the Peter Brown Contest Champion Awards. Yoda Contest 2024. The next session of this year's Yoda Contest will be from 10 to 21:59 hours UTC, 21 July. On the 5 classic bands using CW and SSB. Everyone can work everyone. RSGB Yoda Contest, July 27. August 17-18. Remembrance Day Contest. Amateurs will endeavour to contact amateurs in VK call areas, ZL and PT9 on all bands except WARC bands. Modes allowed are phone, CW and RIDI as per the era remembered. Again, the 2024 contest is 17th and 18th August. 44th Alara contest, and this Alara contest is always held on the last full weekend of August. YLs work everyone. OMs work YLs only. Contest. Combined phone NCW run over 24 hours. Starts Saturday 25th August 2024 at 0600 hours UTC. Ends Sunday 26th August 2024 at 0559 hours UTC. Suggested frequencies. All HF bands except 160 metres and WARC bands. Contacts made on Echolink will also be accepted. Oceania DX Contest. This year's contest will be held on October 5th and 12th respectively. DX Window to the World. The 13 Colonies special event returns for 2024 and takes place July 1 to 7. 13 special call signs will be on the air, each one representing one of the original 13 British colonies that were first established in 1607. 3 additional bonus call signs will be on the air representing Great Britain, France and Philadelphia. K2A through K2M are the 13. Bonus stations are TM13COL, GB13COL and W3PEN. Certificates will be available whether or not you work all colonies. The bonus stations are not required to earn a clean sweep. More information is available on the 13 Colonies special event website, 13colonies.us/. War on Townsville. In the early morning hours of the 29th July 1942, a Japanese aircraft dropped 8 by 250 bombs on Townsville. Now, on July 29 this year, from the heritage-listed Enuma bomb site, Ray Schinkel, calling VK1WIA and his team, will be activating a station in remembrance of the attack. Ray has details.
Our transmission on the anniversary date of the bombing, which will be the 29th, Monday it is, 29th of July 2024, from the site will be transmission start approximately 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll finish transmission around about 4 p.m. that afternoon, Eastern Standard Time. Our frequency hopefully will be 7.100 plus or minus lower sideband. Net control will be governed VK4 Zulu Zulu from the TARC headquarters. Any helpers or visitors, all welcome to attend. I also ask that we be inundated with DX stations from all over our great country to call in to the net and give us moral support, lest we forget.
For Q News listeners, Ray VK4OIL will rejoin us with a most detailed look into our past. Stay tuned. Celebrating the 100th anniversary of Radio Belgrade, the Belgrade Amateur Radio Club is active as YT100RB and YU1924RB until November 30. For details of a certificate that is available, see yu1ano.org. New Zealand, Wireless and Wool ZM100DX, celebrating historic 100-year Trans-World Radio contact. This contact was by Morse and was the first ever Trans-World two-way radio communication of any type. It was from Shag Valley Station, Otago, and the contact was with Cecil Goiter, G2SZ, at Mill Hill School, London. ZM100EX as well as ZL4AA will be on the air on site in Shag Valley Sheep Station. The main planned contact is between Shag Valley Sheep Station and Mill Hill School, 18th October, and other celebration events are planned for the following day or two. NZART Branch 30 sincerely invites all amateurs to take part in this celebration and join in marking the 100th year since the original QSO. For VK1WIA National News, I'm Felix VK4FUQ Enningham.
Media Watch. And now, some more shortwave news.
Hi, I'm Graham, VK3GRK. Bendigo Amateur Radio and Electronics Club invites you to our June meeting, where Dave, VK3ASC, will provide an interesting presentation on Shortwave Australia. Based in Neilborough, Dave has been running Shortwave Australia now for approximately 2 years and broadcasts programming on 2 frequencies, 2310 and 4835 kHz. Dave will discuss the history and technical aspects of Shortwave Australia, radio propagation, antennas, and his involvement with ABC. Some history of Radio Australia will also be discussed. The presentation commences at 7:30 p.m. Friday, June 21st at Barrack Headquarters, Bendigo East Hall, 35 Lancel Street. A gold coin donation would be appreciated and a light supper will be provided. The presentation will be available live via Zoom. See the text version of the broadcast for the Zoom details.
From here, there and everywhere, you've tuned to the Wireless Institute of Australia's National News Service. We are VK1WIA. Now, special interest group news with Bruce, VK3FFF.
And a very good day to you. Worldwide special interest groups. Balloons. What goes up must come down. Chasing weather balloons and their radiosonde transmitters. Enter Eric VK7EV and Andrew VK7XR. Since mid-April, from the Cape Grim Baseline Air Pollution Station on the northwestern point of Tasmania, the Los Alamos National Laboratory, a research and development laboratory of the United States Department of Energy, has been launching weather balloons from Australia. They will occur through till June 2025. The weather balloon, made of a latex-type rubber, a 50-metre string on which is attached the radiosonde device, which monitors temperature, humidity, pressure and dew point, as well as wind speed and direction. The balloons ascend to 28,000 metres, constantly transmitting data, and then burst, starting an 8-hour timer on the radiosonde in which it will continue to transmit data to assist to locate them. Only basic equipment is required: a radio to monitor, normally 401.5 MHz, tape measure beam, attenuators, binoculars, and a Stanley knife is essential, as the string has a fishing line type centre and can't easily be broken. And if the device is up a tree, you'll need a long pole with a hook. At Eric's QTH, he has a laptop running radiosonde decoding software, a 400 MHz dipole, and a basic scanner completing the BCA gear. Worldwide special interest groups, Final Frontier. Chinese moonlander returning with rock soil samples. A special delivery is underway. The first rock and soil samples from the far side of the moon, commonly referred to as the dark side. China's mission to the dark side of the moon is returning with that precious cargo, the first samples of its kind gathered during any lunar exploration. The Chinese National Space Administration mission faced special challenges. Among them, the uncrewed Chang'e mission relied on communication with a specially deployed relay satellite because there is no direct radio communication with the dark side of the moon. And working around multiple helium leaks and thruster problems, the crew of Boeing's Starliner spacecraft wrapped up a challenging rendezvous and a delayed but successful docking with the International Space Station in a major milestone for the new ship's first piloted test flight. After extensive checks to verify an airtight seal, hatches were opened and Starliners Wilmore and Williams floated into the lab complex to an enthusiastic welcome from the 7 Expedition 71 crew members on board the ISS. Despite the leaks, NASA officials said more than enough helium remains on board to ensure a safe return to Earth at the end of a normal duration or even extended mission. The helium leaks are all located in the Starliner's drum-shaped service module, which is discarded to burn up in the atmosphere before the crew capsule re-enters for landing. Worldwide special interest groups, low down. The unique Alexanderson alternator from 1924 with the call sign SAQ is scheduled for 2 transmissions on VLF 17.2 kHz CW on June 30th. Almost 100 years ago, December 1st, the long-wave transmitter at Grimeton radio station with the call sign SAQ was put into commercial operation. Transmissions were across the Atlantic Ocean to a receiving station in Riverhead, and with the replying transmitter station in Rocky Point, both on Long Island, New York, USA. The other transmitting and receiving stations in the RCA network are now long gone, but SAQ has been preserved as a World Heritage Site and is still operational. The design and manufacturing of such a robust and reliable radio transmitter was a monumental achievement by Swedish-born inventor Ernst F. W. Alexanderson. Listeners and readers in Europe It's been suggested to receive the message you can try using a wire as long as possible connected to the microphone socket of a laptop or PC sound card. The sound card can then be used as a receiver, allowing you to try to receive the transmissions. Worldwide special interest groups, Maritime, including ILLW News, ILLW, 17th of August to 18th of August 2024. Registration heats up for International Lighthouse and Lightship Weekend. The weekend event coming up in a couple of months' time, August, is not a contest, but you might say there's a little bit of friendly competition going on right now among operators in various countries to see who can register as many of these historic structures as they can. On August 17th and 18th, hams will be at many of those sites, transmitting signals from not only here in Australia, but Argentina, Germany, the UK, Belgium, South Africa, the US, and any other country that takes pride in the history that makes each of them so special. Some stations will be QRP, others may operate QRO. Some stations will be operated solo and others by teams. There are no restrictions, just guidelines. Register now, illw.net for details. Worldwide special interest groups, museums. This weekend is an International Museums Weekend, an amateur radio special event over 2 weekends, the 15th and 16th and 22nd and 23rd of June. So keep an ear out. There must be some operating here in VK land. Worldwide special interest groups, radio amateur young timers, YOTA. This morning, Sunday, you'll probably be hearing a lot of US kids on air as the American Amateur Radio Relay League holds its twice-a-year Kids' Day on the Air. Alec, VK2MV, has the story.
Yes, I do. Thank you, Bruce. ARRL's Kids' Day aims to provide young people with on-the-air experience and inspire them to pursue their own amateur radio licenses. It's also a great opportunity for seasoned hams to share their passion and knowledge with the next generation. Talking of knowledge, last week Alan, VK2COD, asked Aussie clubs who have been helping youth on the air to drop me a short article of no more than 250 words, plus a couple of photos to nationalnews@wia.org.au. I am looking forward to receiving those articles. Now over to the US of A. Forget graduation ceremonies. At one prestigious university in the USA, the recent end of the semester finishes not with a cap and gown, but an amateur radio license. This 3-credit course is called Introduction to Amateur Radio. It recently concluded its spring semester in the College of Engineering at Carnegie Mellon University. This isn't the kind of weekend ham cram of one-day course many amateurs have been accustomed to. This is about technology, history, and a bit of sociology. The lectures take students from the U.S. Radio Act of 1912, which gave the public its rights to the electromagnetic spectrum, to antenna building, satellite communications, and operating safely in the field. The course was introduced in 2023, and never mind getting an A or a B, the real test is sitting for the FCC exam. Hey, VK clubs, does that give you any ideas for a new course with Yodas at school or in Scout/Guides? For VK1WIA National News, I'm Alec, VK2MV in Sydney. Now back to you, Bruce.
Thanks, Alec. Worldwide special interest groups, Rescue Radio, and Rescues and Old-Fashioned Help. In the US, Juniata County Commissioners issued a June 23rd to 29th proclamation in honour of Amateur Radio Week. They recognised the Tuscarora Amateur Radio Association, TARA, and its more than 100 years of service to the local community. Operators have demonstrated their value in public assistance with free radio communications for local parades, bikeathons, walkathons, fairs and other charitable public events where a helping hand is needed. Some of these individuals also serve as weather spotters in the Skywarn program of the US Government Weather Bureau. I'm Bruce, VK3FFF in sunny Bendigo.
And now as we wrap up WIA National News for another week, it's a look at the social scene. In VK4, Caboolture Radio Club Hamfest is to be held Saturday the 13th of July. The venue, a new one, the Caboolture Uniting Church Hall. Breakfast from 8, Hamfest from 9 a.m. Admission, just $5. In VK3, Bendigo Amateur Radio and Electronics Club Radio Fest, August 18. In VK6, Perth Tech 2024, September 21 for 2 days at Gidgegannup. And in VK4, Gold Coast Hamfest, October 13, Nerang Country Paradise. That's at 231 Bow Desert Nerang Road at Nerang. Now till next we meet, I am Graham. I'm VK4BB. Walk softly. Courtesy of Bevan, VK5BD's ATV and YouTube channel, this has been WIA National News. We're back now, live and local, and your voice, your callbacks. And don't forget, tick like.